This is, oh wow, this is the third take of this. I had to do this video multiple times because it just didn't want to process. So yeah, this is the third time I'm doing this video. I'm just going to be going over the armor systems as well as the web gear for this episode. This is the second part of my HECU series that I've been doing. Uh, and, you know, as for the fact that it's been taken multiple takes, I guess you could say that's the reason as to why it's taken me so long to put this up there. Also, you'll notice that there's better microphone quality. I found a good microphone in the span of like a couple minutes afterwards, and I wanted to retake that entire video, the first one, but I decided against it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this. So this is the I'm gonna go over the vests first. So this is the Pasget vest. It's a part of the Pasget armor system, you know, personal armor system for ground troops. Pasget stands for. Funny enough, I used to call these PA sergeants because the SGT. I'm an idiot for doing that. But yeah, if you're doing late 90s, this would be the perfect vest. These vests don't go for that much. They're cheap. They're not cheap, but they're cheap, you know, vest-wise, because they go for like $60 to $100, I've seen. Do not overpay for these. I'm telling you, do not overpay for these. These are not worth $400, $500. I've seen people try to sell these for that much. They are nowhere near that much, all right? So just go ahead and try to find, you know, one of these for as cheap as you can find them. They're usually pretty cheap because they're surplus. You can find them at surplus stores and everything. Again, don't overpay for them. They're great for if you're doing like late 90s HECU. Because again, the HECU, Half-Life takes place, you know, either late 90s, early 2000s. We don't know. I know that in Half-Life Alyx, there's like a little Easter egg that you can find in the files that's like, oh, 2003 or 2004. But yeah, it's not canon. So, anyways, I got off topic. I'm gonna go over the helmets too because they are also a part of the Pasget armor system. So I feel as if I should go over these as well. These are the Pasget helmets. This one is a large and it has a woodland cover, and this one is a small and it has a T-block cover. If you're, again, this is the definitive helmet to get. The HECU did not use any other helmets. If you're going for like the helmet grunts, or like the gas mask helmet grunts, that is. If you don't want to get a helmet, you can get a beret. I've seen some people, you know, if they're doing like the shotgun grunts, that's fine too. You can go ahead and get like a balaclava. If you are doing the shotgun grunts, though, I would advise that you get some sun, wind, and dust goggles. I believe that that's exactly what they used in Half-Life 1. But I believe like any goggle would be fine. Well, it wouldn't be fine, it wouldn't be correct, but I mean, I get it. You know, there's some people that are, you know, they aren't doing good on money right now, of course, and, you know, that's fine. You don't have to go ahead and splurge $20 on a set of goggles. So that's totally understandable. But, you know, again, if you're doing the gas mask grunts, then definitely you're going to need a Pasget helmet. No other helmets would do because they would probably be FARB. But yeah, this is going to be it for the Pasget system. I'm going to go over the other vests, and then I'll go over the web gear. So the next armor system I'm going to be covering is the IBA, which is this. This is an IBA. Well, this is a later type of IBA. You can get these reproduction ones on eBay. If you want to get it super accurate to like the early 2000s time period, you'd have to do a lot of modification, like get rid of, you know, some of the MOLLE up here, get rid of, you know, the name tag and the rank plate. They also wouldn't have used these shoulder strap things. You'd have to do some modification to it. Like, also, I'm just gonna pull up an actual IBA for reference really quickly. Yeah, this is the Gen 1 IBA. Of course, this is the front of it. This is what it would look like with the normal green. You could, if you have a normal IBA, you could probably use that too. You know, the woodland IBAs, you could get away with doing that because the black IBAs that I just mentioned, they were only private purchase, I believe. But, you know, even though they were private purchase, I think that it would still fit for HECU. Anyways, yeah, if you're going for an IBA, it'd be best, you know, to either use a real one, or if you are going to get the one that I mentioned, make sure that you do some modification. Because on these IBAs, the Gen 1 IBA, I wish that I could get a picture of the back of it. One second. So again, with these older IBAs, they don't have as much moly right here. On the newer ones, they have moly like all over the back. The newer IOTVs, I think that's what they're called. But basically, yeah, that's the IBA. The woodland and the black ones, they would both work well. Of course, the black ones you can't find, like, I think the real, like, black IBAs are, like, so rare, it's fucking ridiculous, because they were private purchase, I believe. So they are super duper rare, hard to find. But you can find a repro IOTVs, which is basically the IBA with a few modifications. You'll just have to do, you know, again, you'll have to modify it a bit, you know, cut off some stuff, get rid of a lot of the moly on the back, and, you know, you'll be fine. But yeah, that's basically the IBA. So the last sort of body armor, I guess, that you could use is like one of the rarest. It's even rarer than the IBA. Is these original HRM like SWAT vests. I cannot find them anywhere, and the reproductions aren't correct. They aren't accurate. So, I mean, you could go for a reproduction if you aren't really looking for. If you aren't looking for it to be super accurate, but if you do want it to be very accurate, then you would want to try and find one of these. I cannot find them anywhere. I've looked everywhere, dude. I'm telling you, they are like impossible to pin down. Again, they make repros, but they aren't super accurate. They don't have the system of, you know, loops and buttons going all the way down. They have it from like right here to right here, I guess, and then the rest is just static. You can't take it off. So that's really a bummer. But again, if you are looking for one of these HRM vests, I mean, you could try looking for them. There are barely any pictures of them online, and the ones that I have found aren't like they're from action figures, like repros for, you know, action figures and stuff. So yeah, that's basically it for the armor systems.